Hi, my name is Jeremy Fisher, and in this tutorial, we're looking at the song Wildflowers by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Got my capo at the 5th fret. I'm in standard tuning, and this song starts on an F add 9 shape. Add 9 because it's got the 3rd as well as the 9, or 2nd. So there's our first chord, and I'm playing this with my thumb, which allows me to use my pinky there. If I were playing a bar chord like this, it would be the wrong chord. So I think you kind of got to play this one with your thumb. F add 9, and there's a little hammer on your middle finger. Next is the C with that same note on top, and you're going to do the hammer on with your middle finger again. And the next is a G, same hammer on. So, back to the C. Repeat. Sorry. And then, in the first chorus, it goes back to the C there. And in subsequent choruses and verses, it just hangs out on that G. And then this part repeats for all of the verses and choruses are very similar. And then we get to the bridge section, and after I show you the bridge chords, we'll get into what the right hand is doing. So the bridge, F, C over E, A minor, D7 over F sharp, and you want to mute the 5th string with your thumb or with a finger, but I find it easiest to do with my thumb. G, G sus, and then F add 9, A minor, G, G sus. Repeat that. And then we're back into the main part of the song. Now the right hand, very important thing to notice about this song is it's not in straight time. Here, I'm going to play it for you the way that it sounds to me on the record. Decca, 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 decca. It's swung 16th notes in the right hand. Decca, 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 decca. Instead of straight, which would be decca, 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 decca. Here's how it would sound if I played it straight. Right? That's not correct. That's the same tempo. You really want to get that decca, decca. So what you're doing is every other note is you're delaying a little bit. You're just moving that instead of da 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 da. It's da 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 da. Okay, you'll get it. And if it doesn't help hearing me explain it like that, just use your ear. You'll probably gravitate toward playing it the way that you've always heard it anyway. But that's what's going on in the right hand, and it's pretty much just up and down. Now the other thing I'll mention is there are really heavy accents on those hammer-ons. One E and a 2 E and a, right on that first downbeat, that first downstroke, I should say. And the other strums are actually very light. There's a lot of compression going on the recording, so it sounds a bit louder, but the way that it's played to sound right and really feel those accents, you gotta hit that first one and then strum lightly on all the other ones. And I'm really only strumming those top 3 strings. And if you can prioritize hitting that string, each string that you are like aiming for the string that you're doing the hammer on, that'll help it come out even more. I mean, the recording sounds super simple. You think of it as an acoustic guitar song, but really there's a whole lot going on with the whole band. Little things coming in and out that fill out the sound, but that acoustic guitar part is really strumming consistently on those high strings and not taking care of much of the low end of the recording at all. That's it. That's the whole song. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything. If you want to see some more tutorials, please subscribe, give a like to this video, or you can visit me at patreon.com/JeremyFisherMusic, and I will see you back here soon for another music tutorial.